What's up, guys? Today I'm making a video about growing up in Vegas. I think about it all the time. I was born in Vegas and I go around my city and I meet a lot of people and they're always like, "Oh, you were born in Vegas? Oh my god, like that's crazy, right?" And I had a lot of friends in elementary school that were born in Vegas, but they all seem to kind of move away from Vegas. So there's not very many locals who are natives in Vegas left, I guess. I mean, they're still out there, and I run into people once in a while, and it's like, "Oh shit, you were born here?" It's like, "I was born here," and it's always fun to be like, "Oh, what hospital?" and all that. But not so many people really were, and I just want to kind of make a video about how it is to grow up in Vegas, because I'm 29 right now. I'm about to turn 30 and I feel like I've done a good portion of growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I went through all the teenage things, I went through some of the early 20 things, the whole 21 party phase that's so prevalent in culture these days. And now that I'm nearing 30, I've been reflecting a lot and I wanted to share some of that with you. So here we go. Let's talk about Vegas. Vegas is not all that different from most places. I've done a fair amount of traveling in my lifetime around the United States, slightly outside the United States, and a little bit overseas. And Vegas, it stands up to some of the best cities out there. It's got good education. There's good government out here for as far as like the roads are always under construction, getting redone, getting widened because the population is growing so fast. I mean, everything seems to work pretty well. Basically, I'm gonna say it like this. If you're moving to Vegas and you're kind of young and you're concerned for yourself, or if you have children and you're bringing them to Vegas and you just want to know what it might be like from their perspective, or anywhere in between, that's why I'm making this video. And I want you guys to know that you'll be just fine. The kids will be just fine. Everything is pretty cool out here. And we'll actually sculpt a well-rounded individual who is pretty open. Basically, there's really good preschools, kindergartens, middle schools, high schools, colleges. We've got universities. There's UNLV is out here. Also CSN. So you've got options, is all I'm trying to say. As a kid, I played sports. I was into soccer a lot. I played soccer for like 5 years or something. There's basketball leagues. There are baseball leagues, and I'm sure there are more sports like football and whatnot. I never really got into football, but you guys, I went to baseball camps. I was on baseball teams for like 9 years or something as a kid, straight. And there is that kind of stuff out here. Just in case you thought there wasn't, just want to let you know. If you're bringing your kids out here, again, you could sign them up for that kind of stuff, and they will be active. There are plenty of parks throughout the city that have full baseball fields, basketball courts, tennis courts, playgrounds, big grass fields. Like, seriously, it's not as barren of a desert as you might think, and it's not just the strip like you might think. I really want you guys to know that there's a lot of normal stuff out here. So there are things to do for kids out here. It's not just a adult's paradise. I mean, I'm talking about like skateboarding parks. Yeah, we got that. If you're into snowboarding, there's Mount Charleston, which is like a 45-minute drive from the city. It's not even far. And during the winter, man, they get some snow up there. I'm not really into that myself. I'm kind of a desert rat. I took that into my personality growing up out here. But there is snow. If you want snow, it's a hop, skip, and a leap away. Like, whoop, right up the mountain. A lot of people think that Vegas is just the Strip, and it's not at all. The Strip is literally one street, and it cuts through, yeah, the center of the city, but it's surrounded by an entire real actual city. So there's lots of jobs out here. There's pretty good industry. We have a great tourist central economy, I guess you could say, where so many tourists come to our city every single day, all year long, that they bring all their money with them, dump it into the town, and that's how it grows so fast. There's plenty of jobs in convention industry. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, conventions are huge. CES and everything. Oh my god, you guys don't even understand. Okay, conventions go all year long, and they require tons of service, and there are tons of people who work in the convention industry out here who really make some good money, and it's consistent work. So I'm just letting you guys know there's stuff out here, but the pitfalls, the temptation, the sex and the money and the drugs everywhere, all the time. It's a little much, I have to say. Growing up out here, you know, as a kid, it's interesting, and you're like, ooh, what is all this adult stuff that, oh, I'm supposedly not supposed to know about? And I guess that's like gonna be totally different for every family, and the type of restrictions your parents had on you, if any, you know. But my parents, I guess, they tried to shelter me a little bit and keep my mind clean as a kid, and it worked, you know. But I was always wondering, you know, what's up with all these strip clubs out here, and what's up with all these slot machines, and what's up with all these people getting wasted all the time. I was really curious because I did see it all the time. And it didn't take me very long to actually want to start trying to feel the way those adults were feeling, because it seemed so attractive at the time, you know? It happens. It happens out here. Just like I'm sure it happens everywhere. Kids will find their way to find their fun, you know? And I guess that's one of the ways some kids like to have fun out here, is to, you know, be mischievous and whatnot. I'm sure there's good kids out here too who are just completely by the book, straight-laced. People who party way too much, that's the other extreme. That's like, you don't want to party too much. You want to be responsible. You want to have good hygiene. You want to be approachable. And there's something to finding a balance between that as you grow up, to, I don't know, find the right friends, stick around the right friends, and try to find a job, right? Isn't that what we're all trying to do, is get paid to pay our bills and stuff? I don't know, that's me. If you guys have different life views or goals, that's you. But growing up in Vegas, we're taught to chase that money in a little kind of way, because you need it. If you want a roof over your head and you want food, you need a job. So there are plenty of jobs out here in Vegas, let me reiterate. It's not that bad. So there are temptations, you guys, and they're out there, and they will beat the shit out of you if you let them. But they also will teach you if you are strong enough to not get completely sucked in. So that's kind of why I say it makes you well-rounded, you know, because you might give in to temptation every once in a while, and that's just an opportunity for you to grow from that experience. That's all I want to say about that. Temptations, you guys, they're real, but you can be better. Let's talk about the different parts of town out here, okay? Because there's a lot of talk growing up about the different communities. We've got Seven Hills, we've got Southern Highlands, there's Summerlin, there's Henderson, there's Old Henderson, there's North Las Vegas is a very different feeling than West Las Vegas. You know, East Las Vegas has the reputation of its own, further from South Las Vegas. And I'm talking about just my perspective. Maybe there are people who have slightly varying opinions than mine, or totally different opinions than mine, but I'm letting you know, growing up here, born and raised out here, how I see it. Straight to you. North Las Vegas, you guys, is known as the ghetto. It just is. I can't even go on this subject, you guys. I've lived in North Las Vegas. I lived downtown for a little while, and it's pretty ugly, you guys. I mean, there's a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of people who are struggling very hard just to get by, just to find some food, and they might go and do anything just to get by. So, North Las Vegas has a little bit of that kind of reputation. Central Las Vegas is basically just the Strip, and that's tourist-ridden traffic at all times. Really bad during event days, like if there's a big fight or a sporting event going on, or like some crazy huge thing like New Year's or something. You guys, the Strip is just to be avoided at all costs. But it's also a good place for all the work. If you have a job on the Strip, you likely are getting paid pretty well, and maybe some people are like, oh shit, you know, like, you work on the Strip? Nice, you know, you got a good job. Let's talk about South Las Vegas for a second. South Las Vegas is a little bit newer communities. They've been built more recently. The houses are not as old as the houses in North Las Vegas, and they're a little bit more expensive. A little bit more money goes into those communities, let's just say. Talking about Southern Highlands and Seven Hills, especially. Henderson is also south Henderson is technically a city of its own, and especially the part known as Old Henderson. It's like got a own little old school vibe for itself. That's not really a big city vibe, but like a small town vibe, which is cool because you could visit that kind of feeling. It's just a drive down the highway away, you know. And I actually live in Henderson right now, and I work on the Strip every day, so it's really really close. And some people who live in Henderson think they live in Vegas because it's that close. Like, there's no real distinction or line that says welcome to Henderson. It's like that. Okay, I'm sure that your state or city, if you live somewhere else, is just like that for something. I'm sure. God damn it. So there's Henderson, and that's where I'm staying right now. It's kind of a newer house. They've got some pretty good stuff happening in Henderson. Summerlin is west side, and that is a very nice neighborhood as well. Really huge Summerlin. They've got some amazing communities out there. That's the home of the Red Rock Casino, which I'll work at every once in a while. My job has me working at a bunch of different hotel casinos, so I get to see them all, and it's a really nice area over there in Summerlin. If you're moving to Summerlin, more power to you. You got a good place. There's a lot of retirement communities out there, a lot of old people, and a lot of money, that's for sure. Now let's talk about East Las Vegas. East Las Vegas, I gotta be honest, you guys, it's just lower income. That's what it is. Trust me, I've lived all around the city in different parts of my life, and just because I'm in Henderson right now doesn't mean anything about what I've gone through, what I've seen, and what I respect out of people. So let me just say how it is and let you know that East Las Vegas is a little bit cheaper. You guys, there's a little bit of ghetto-ness happening in East Las Vegas. Just letting you know. West Las Vegas is a little bit newer. Some new stuff going on in the west side, and I'm speaking from experience, you guys. I just know how it is. I've had jobs all throughout the city. I've lived all throughout the city, and that's what it is. Recap. North Las Vegas is ghetto. South Las Vegas is kind of upper class. West Las Vegas is upper class in Summerlin. East Las Vegas is lower class, but not really as bad as some parts of North Las Vegas. Now look, if you get further north, like up towards the racetrack and stuff, there are some new communities. So what I'm saying is not law, it's not the Bible, it's not like for sure just because you live in North Las Vegas you have a ghetto house. It's not like that. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's got their own perspective. Also, if you go far enough north, there are nice communities, even by my perspective. So, I hope that covers everything, you guys. The weather out here, it can get hot as fuck. Every once in a while it rains. Every once in a while it snows. Like once every other year, we'll see snow in the city for like 4 hours one day. Is there anything else I can mention? Outskirts are more golf course related. There's a couple golf courses on the Strip, but not really. I feel like I turned out alright, you guys. I grew up in Vegas. I don't really hate people. I have a lot of passion towards some things in my life. And yeah, if you're coming to Vegas, don't be afraid. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of education. You can make lots of friends, make lots of money. And it's a really fun city. And yeah, there's some temptations, but you know what? You can be responsible and live out here. It's possible. So I hope that wraps it up. I hope I can make this a comprehensive video for you guys to get something out of. Leave comments if you want me to elaborate on any of these points that I've made, or if you disagree, please let me know. I'm more than open to go back and forth in the comment section. So that's it. Peace. So there are temptations, and they're out there, and you could waste all your hard-earned money on the sex and drugs and this rock and roll, you know.